Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry. Welcome back to Alleged Actually Podcast. Today is Monday, guys. So you know what that means. It's Bravo Monday. So today we're going to be recapping The Real Housewives of Orange County, the latest episode that aired on Thursday. And y'all, it was a good episode. We're going to get into what I think about Miss Gina. I think the tables have turned on my thoughts about her and Emily. But we're going to get into that and the recap of the show. But before we do that, very, very quick announcement. If you have not seen it on my social media platforms or on the community tab, I just want to let you guys know that Wednesday is going down, y'all. We are going to be doing an interview with none other than Mrs. Cynthia Decker. She is of the show 90 Day Fiancé Pillow Talk. And if you guys remember back in the day, Lifetime show Double Divas, she's amazing. Y'all, she was a fan favorite on 90 Day Pillow Talk. And for those of you guys that may not remember, I have a really quick clip I want you to see. Check it out right here.
Right now are shot.
Nothing some hair can't fix.
Yes, girl, just be that bridal diva with the weaver. Come on.
Sissy, come hold my up. I have anxiety.
Okay, so now I jogged your memory, right? So much has been going on since we've seen Cynthia last. So let me just say this. You will not want to miss this interview, okay? Lots have been going on. She's got lots to say. She's going to be starting a new podcast, and we're going to talk about that, along with her business and the things that she's been going through since we've last seen her on our screens on 90 Day Pillow Talk. So you got to come back on Wednesday at 7 and check that out. But for today, those of you that are here to listen to me talk about Real Housewives of Orange County, I'm not going to hold you any further. Let's get into it. So y'all, the episode opens up kind of like we left off last week. So Gina and Jen have finished the fallout and Gina's leaving the scene. Honey, she is mad. So Gina does what Gina does. She reaches out to the bestie Emily and she talks about how stupid it was, how stupid Jen was, how she's so mad, how she can't believe that Jen just doesn't seem to get it. Jen needs to pay her bills. Y'all, we've heard this perpetually over and over and over. So we get it, Gina. Jen needs to pay her bills. Okay? And Jen needs to become more independent. I am totally on your side about that. But y'all, Gina has really become a mean girl on this season. And I don't know. I have some ideas of where it's coming from, and we're going to get to that. And Emily is co-signing. Emily's turning into a mean girl. So I'm not here for that for either of them. You know, each episode I'm thinking they're gonna lighten up a little bit on Jen. Not happening, y'all. So when I did the poll last week, the week before last, on whether my actualizers were Team Jen or Team Gina, and they were Team Jen, guys, I'm gonna have to say I'm on the bandwagon. Gina is being really, really nasty. So yeah, I think that it's been enough. I think they need to leave her alone, but we're going to get into it. So she calls Emily and then Jen calls Shannon. Now, I got to give Shannon some credit because though Shannon clearly does not agree with the way Gina came at Jen, she's kind of calmly explaining to Jen that she kind of sees Jen's side. Because if you'll remember, when they were at the gym on the season or the episode before, when Gina was explaining what happened, she understands that Jen's actions could have negatively impacted Gina's real estate career. But remember, I said it was stupid of Gina to stick her neck out, particularly when she is trying to establish herself in the real estate world, to vouch someone that you don't know that well. And then, we come to find out that she didn't even do a credit check on old girl and didn't solidify the fact that, Jen could in fact afford the house. So look, the ball was dropped on Gina's end, and I'm kind of tired of hearing her beat Jen down because she's not owning her piece in it, y'all. So anyway, we go from that and we go to the event that Emily has been planning, the flag football event. And y'all, I thought that was really cute. So when we get there, all the ladies are invited, of course, with a few extra friends that are there. And we have two team captains, which are Emily and Tamra. And then we have Miss Fancy Pants herself, Heather, who's the referee. And Heather has to do what Heather does, child. She's not about to put on that black and white polyester referee shirt. She has to, Heather fight, fancy fight. So, girls, she was looking cute. She did it Heather style. The game was cool, but some of the things that stood out the flag football game is yet again, we get another opportunity to see Alexis be thirsty. Y'all, I get it, Alexis. I know you want to come out strong, loud, and wrong. You're coming out letting us know you are John's girl, Johnny J's girl, honey. And the world must know that you're standing by your man of 2 hot seconds. At any rate, y'all, when they're organizing their teams, so Emily's teams are the Destroyers, and Tamara's team is Team Blood. But when they're in the midst of picking who's going to be on whose team, which they do, and then getting ready to get their strategy together, Gina makes mention that she's not athletic, and Alexis uses this opportunity, of course, to plug in there that, oh, no, when I was talking to the guy at my gym, at our gym, meaning her and Johnny J's gym, he was saying that you sure could throw a football. Now, remember, guys, said gym is the gym that they went to with Shannon to practice for the flag football event. So it's Shannon's gym too. So here we go again. And I'm like, girl, look, you're in Orange County. There's a gym on every corner. Y'all, it is giving thirst bucket. It is giving, I'm going to immerse myself in your world and I'm going to replace you in all things, in all areas. Y'all, it's off-putting. I'm here for it as far as the storyline aspect of it. And, like I said, OC is doing what the rest of the franchises so far haven't done in the past, this past season for the ones that have already aired, and maybe last year's seasons where it seems inauthentic. This one seems more organic storylines as far as, what would be ordinarily drama between them. But Alexis is coming on a little strong and it's getting a little old. And the consensus seems to be, of all the groups that I'm in on talking about all things Bravo, that we're getting a little tired of you, Alexis. So come with something new or simmer down just a bit. We get it. You're dating Johnny J. Okay? And Shannon does not seem as bothered as you want her to be. And at every moment, y'all, if you notice, she keeps coming, making comments. It is obnoxious and it is tired. And if she keeps it up, Alexis, your little guest starring role is going to go bye-bye. You heard it here first, y'all. I be predicting when there's a one and done, your girl Sherry is right here predicting it. So listen, if she don't come with something better than her and John this and her and Johnny J this, and this is my gym now, and this is, my friend group now, and child, it's going to get old, okay? Because Shannon is not giving what she wants her to give, which is she's acting like she don't care. And I'm here for it, Shannon. So anyway, y'all, they play the flag football game. That's cute. We see some fun scenes and then they wrap it up. So we get a chance now to see the sit down with Jen and Gina part 2. But this time they have company. At the table, we have Tamara, Jen, Heather, Shannon, Emily, and Gina. And so Jen gets a chance to ask Gina, because there's still some tension in the air when they're doing the flag football game. She's really kind of avoiding her or whatever. And I know people think, girl, you know why Gina's mad at you. But I think from Jen's perspective, she really doesn't. Now, we can go back and say how naive of you, how stupid. But she gives us some background in her story. And Tamara, of all people, comes to her defense and says that she married her ex-husband, Will, at a very, very young age. At that point, she never had to worry about bills. We come to find out she's never even had a credit card in her name. It was giving that she was a very, very much a kept woman. And I think even, like I said before, she married her husband, Will. You see that she has a father who is very hands-on and making sure that she's good, even at the big old age of 46. So that gives us some background into Jen that is giving us nothing but deer in headlights, as if she really doesn't understand Gina's vitriol for her. But a lot of folks were, talking about it in different groups. And like I said, I'm in a lot of them because I like to see what the peeps are talking about, what they're saying, kind of what the temperature is out there for the fans. And a lot of people are under the assumption or the thought that Gina is jealous of Jen. And at first I was like, I don't know about that, because Gina seems to be the kind that, pulls herself up by the bootstraps, gets to work and got it done when her divorce happened. But then I started thinking back, y'all. And if you really think about it, when Gina and Matt separated, she was absolutely devastated. Now, the difference because she had mentioned that her and Matt were separated the same amount of time that Jen and her ex Will were, but she didn't have the support. She didn't have the financial support that Jen has, and she didn't have, Orion around the corner, because God love Travis. I think that Travis has provided her a lot, even if it doesn't seem, a lot monetarily. And we don't know what Travis does. One of my viewers asked in our chat that, do we know what Travis does? I don't know exactly what Travis does, but I do remember when Gina and him first got together, Gina was a hot mess. It was a lot about Matt. If you'll remember when she was on the reunion special, how broken she was. And even with them when they first got into their relationship, she relied on Travis a lot, talking about Matt, talking about what she was going through, talking about her pain. And he was very much there for her emotionally. But she had to struggle financially. And I think that she may resent Jen a little bit, because Jen is kind of like, he was supposed to pay the lion's share of the rent. It didn't go down. Yes, I didn't move in this place expecting not to pay, but she even says, there's no judgment yet. So that at this point, they're still fighting through things in court. And, the point that she's trying to make is she never moved into place with the intention to screw Gina. And I believe that. But we also understand that Gina's angry because, again, according to Gina, it cost her $50,000. Now, y'all, in real estate, I don't know that it works that way. I think that she might be making a bigger deal of it than she should, only in the fact that I don't know that a real estate agent that was in line to bring someone a business deal where Jen had a property and she needed a cash offer. This realtor was supposed to have a client that was prepared to do so. And when it was time to make the deal, said real estate agent did not answer Gina's calls. And it's funny because, y'all, when they're at the table, Gina mentions that. And Jen's like, okay, well, she was answering my calls. And Gina was like, yeah, because you were squatting at her property. Now, y'all, this is when I started to say, daggone, because you see Heather kind of cut away and you see all the ladies just kind of like, ooh, squatter, you were squatting. Yeah, y'all, that was low. And there seems to be a lot of that with Gina, and Emily pipes right in. And, Jen picks up on it and says, Emily, I don't know what's up with you and your judginess. And Emily is doing a lot of that. Look, Gina and her are friends, so I get the whole co-signing thing. I do. I'm going to have my girls back too. But it is very, very Mean Girl. And Jen already survived Mean Girl season from last season when Tamara was just tearing her up, her and her relationship with Ryan, child. Anything she could dig up and find, she was going to do it. So Jen is going through it. And they're still hazing her in this season too. And the whole brokeness, broke Malibu Barbie, ding dong, come on, ladies, the name calling. All right, I get it. So Jen goes on to say, look, this is what's going on. And she really gives it up to them with her business. And she tells them that, look, I had to get rid of my car. I was upside down. Basically, I turned the car in. I had $24K left on it, Ryan gave me his range to drive and absorb that amount and like put that amount on the car loan that he had. So he absorbed that $24,000. Look, y'all can say what you want to about Ryan, but daggone if he ain't coming through for Jen. I mean, listen, yeah, he may be trash bags. He may be in the middle of, some glorified bookie. I don't know, because she don't really seem to know what he does. But child, whatever he's doing, he is supporting her. And listen, he has opened his house to her and the children. It seems to be working for her. So I think that makes Gina mad. At any rate, the ladies are kind of rallying and listening. And I think Gina's picking up on that. So Gina's like, okay, look, I don't wish you any ill will. I don't wish you any harm. I really want to see you get it together. I want you to, they really want to see her win as far as being more of an independent woman. Tamara has her story too about having to work herself through when her and Simon broke up. And, Gina, she had to downsize when she lived in her casita. And I get it, y'all. I totally get it. And like I said, I think it was absolutely irresponsible of Jen to let it get to the point of eviction where she's kicked out. And I don't think it would have hurt for her to be like, yo, Gina, heads up. This is not how I thought it was going to go down, but this is where I'm at. And I really am sorry, if it somehow impacts you professionally, I'm sorry, and I think it would have made her feel better. So at any rate, it seems for now, and I don't even know if it's going to ever be squashed. I think that Gina is going to hold on to that pretty much the whole season, but child, we'll see. So far, it looks like they made peace. And it's at this point that Gina lets everybody know that she's asked Travis to move out. To much of the ladies' shock, because her and Travis seem to be really happy. And y'all, I have my thoughts and theories on that too. Look, Travis is a good man. And like I said, her reasoning as a mom, I can understand somewhat. And what she's basically saying is she's finally gotten herself to the point by working in her real estate and, the things that she's done to pull herself up. She's finally gotten herself together where now, not only can she pay bills, she can afford a bigger house, big enough for her and her kids. She can go on vacations and do some of the things that she couldn't do, that she sacrificed when she was trying to get herself together. But those things are things that she could do if it was just her and her kids. And she basically says that, I could continue as I am, but it would be a struggle to do the things that I could do if me and my kids kind of moved on and we lived in separate households and I kind of took care of me and mine for now. And I really feel like if I don't do this, then I'm going to resent him. And so this is what she feels is best for her and her kids. Okay. And there was some mixed messages on that, or some mixed responses to that, I guess I should say. On one hand, I get it, Gina, as a mom, you want the best for your kids. And if you feel like over the time that you and Travis have built this, blended family situation, that it's not working for you. But as we get in the scene, y'all, more or into the episode, I don't know. It just kind of seems like Gina wanted her cake and eat it too. Like she's sad he's leaving. She feels guilty, but then, part of her doesn't. We'll get there. But to me, it's given, I was good to have you around when I needed you, but I'm kind of getting my footing now. And even though I don't want to throw you away, I kind of want you over there. And I want to be over here with me and my kids. And I want to live the life that I kind of see around me, or at least get a little bigger piece of the pie of what it all is, y'all. I don't know. Y'all need to put in the comments what you think. Do you guys agree with what Gina's doing, or do you think it's wrong? I mean, Travis clearly is hurt and not on the same page with Gina as far as this is what their relationship needs. He doesn't think so. He also thinks that the kids want to stay together. So I don't know, y'all, but Gina's made her mind up, and that's what she's going to do. And so at this point, at the end of the whole thing, the whole flag football event, Emily, being still the shade assassin, decides to give out a trophy. And the trophy is the I Tried award. And she gives that trophy to Jen. And then, you know, she also goes into confessional with the mean, well, yeah, I tried to pay my rent. I tried this. I tried that. Y'all, it's just giving mean. And Emily, you know, with the fact that you struggle with feeling, you know, liked and accepted before, Gina too. Like, for y'all to treat this girl like this, it's giving, to me, sophomores picking on the freshmen in high school. You know how when you go to school and you're the freshman and you're the little one on the totem pole, and it's always those sophomores, those second year high school students that come for the freshmen so hard when just a year ago you were there. That's what it's giving, y'all. So anyway, from there, we see Emily. She's going to go do a boudoir shoot for Shane, and Shannon is accompanying her. Now, let me just say, I thought this was a really sweet scene because it's showing me Shannon in a different light. We have seen her before be very self-absorbed in what she had going on. Prior to, it was her relationship with John Jansen. You know, the things in prior to that, it was her divorce. And the fact that her ex was, you know, cheating on her and all her drama and all her stuff. And she just wasn't available to be a good friend. It is showing on this season that Shannon seems to be more calm. She's working on herself. She's there for Emily. She goes with Emily to support her. And Emily has lost weight. We find out when we open up the season that Emily has shed 40 pounds. She does look good. She's working out every day. She had a little help from Ozempic. And then she had a little bit of lipo in her arms. But Emily is still a curvy girl. To me, though, look, let's don't get this twisted. She looks good. And to me, that's me. You know, that's where I am. You know, I'm never going to be a stick figure. I'm a curvier girl as well. So I think that Emily represents most of us ladies. And let me just say this real quick, guys. I saw a lot of these ladies at BravoCon last year. They are very, very, very thin. I cannot imagine what it would be like to be surrounded by all these girls that gotta be like size zeros. They are tiny, y'all. And Emily is more of an average size woman, and she is certainly by no means fat. You know, she is, again, the average size woman, and she looks amazing. But I say all this to say the boudoir photo shoot gave her a chance to tap into her body, to embrace it, to embrace how good she's looking and feeling about herself. And she's doing this for her husband. Most importantly, y'all, I think she's doing it for herself. She looks good, and Shannon is right there to help her, to even support her. You know, a good girlfriend to help pull you up, get you tight, get you right. So I love that scene. And then from there, you see Tamara, Jen, and Alexis meet up to walk dogs. Here we go again with thirsty Alexis that has the nerve to come with a dog looking identical to Archie, a golden retriever. Child, what is, yo, seriously. I mean, it is giving, like they said, single white female. Child, she is trying to be Shannon. Listen, the girls even make little comments like, dang, can't Shannon have anything? You got to take her dog too. I mean, it's funny, but in the same breath, y'all, it's sad. I'm just like, Alexis, dang, sis, relax. We already know you from Real Housewives of Orange County. We've seen you before. You've come back. You're in a different realm, in a different place. You don't have to every scene make it clear that you are coming for Shannon. Good Lord. Child, anyway, they talk about the whole point with Alexis telling Gina about the gym situation. And, you know, even they're like, sis, all the gyms in Orange County and you guys have to be there. And she's like, oh, no. Shannon's lying. She hasn't been to that gym in months. And, you know, we went there. This is our gym. That's not, she doesn't own the gym. Here we go again. And so Then there's a moment for Tamara to also talk to Jen a little bit. And she just basically says she just doesn't want to see history repeat itself with Ryan. And then Jen talks to her about how her yoga studio with her business partners are not profitable. They go back and you see her and her business partners talk about their actual studio. You know, they say that, you know, when she's saying it's $50 a session or whatever, she is trying to develop her business. But for whatever the reason, you do see them talking about the fact that the studio is not profitable, which is her biggest nightmare, you know, in the midst of everything else. You know, it's not doing what it was supposed to do. She really is at a crossroads. And I am starting to really feel bad for Jen. And so back over at the boudoir photo shoot, Emily is giving, y'all. She is serving. The pictures come out beautifully. The photos look good. And that's when Shannon tells Emily about the conversation that she had with Alex, who was part owner of said gym in question, on whose gym it is or who was there first, what have you. And basically, he says that he had said that he had heard about Alexis talking about the comment that he made about Gina. And basically, he then says that, you know, she apparently has been there twice with John. He calls Shannon and says, look, I don't really want to be in the midst of any drama, but just to let you know, John and Alexis have been there. They've trained a couple times. And Emily's just like, why? You know, the same thing that we're all saying. Why are they doing this? And Shannon tells Emily that the owner basically says he doesn't want to be in the middle of it. And, you know, basically, he just says, you know, y'all, whatever. And she's like, Alexis says, you know, I'm a good Christian girl. And he says that a good Christian girl doesn't talk about her sex life all the time. And then John was pretty much like, no, not having it, F you. We'll never come to this gym again. Now, back over the walk where you have Alexis and Shannon, you have Alexis and the girls that were talking about the gym. She said that, you know, Shannon really hadn't been there in 3 months, and that basically that they had been going there for a while, and that what transpired meant that she knew that that conversation with the trainer had to have come from Shannon. And I'm going to have to say she's right. I mean, it would have had to. How would he know that that statement was told to Gina if she didn't say so? So, I mean, I get it. I mean, look, here's the deal, y'all. It's just, I can imagine on Shannon's side, it's just annoying that the things that she had and that were hers, that this woman just keeps on coming for her and nitpicking. And let's be clear. We know why Alexis wants her 15 minutes back. But y'all, it's a lot. It's a turnoff. And to me, it just seems so obvious that, again, like I said, she's going to burn out fast if that's all she's got. So we'll have to keep watching and see. So y'all pop off in the comments and let me know what you think about that. The whole gym situation. Was that not ridiculous? Tell me, I mean, what do you think? I mean, should Alexis and John, you know, feel cool to be at that gym? Or do you think they should move along and just like start anew and let Shannon have it? I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. So then when they get back over to Alexis, she basically says all she wants is for Shannon to redeem her man. And Tamara's like, girl, that is not going to happen. And I just don't understand, y'all, why it is that Alexis is going so hard, because she really doesn't know the full story. And when she says she wants Shannon to redeem her man, that sounds ridiculous, because that's Shannon's story. That's Shannon's perspective. What went on between her and John is what went on between her and John. Now, I'm sure he has his side. And like she said, oh, okay, well, if Shannon doesn't redeem him, he's not going to keep his mouth shut much longer. And some stuff's going to come out. Well, if you've seen the previews for how it's going to go this season, apparently on both sides, things come out and things get nasty. But I just feel like if you're really in this because you're so in love with John and you want to start your relationship, then constantly messing with Shannon or doing all this wouldn't be your end game, right? You know, it's giving, I'm here to make my mark so I can get back on the show. What do y'all think? Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. So then, y'all, we get over to Katie, Gina, and they're meeting Sutton. And I thought this was really cool because I told you guys I really like Katie. Now, the poll that I did for this episode was, Katie seems to be determined to go after Heather Dubrow. And we're going to get into why in this scene. They're meeting Sutton. Y'all, I love Sutton from Beverly Hills. That's my girl. So when she comes up to meet them, honey, and her little French bulldog comes out first, named Junebug, called her Cash. Yes, I was here for all of that. Little Frenchie came out first, and then here comes Miss Sutton. And so Gina says that Katie actually, in her met through Sutton. And Sutton was connecting Gina to Katie because she was moving to Orange County. You know that Gina's a real estate agent. So Sutton was kind of giving her the hookup, giving her the opportunity to help Katie find her a home. And Gina knows Sutton because Sutton's ex-husband was the president of the mutual funds company that her ex Matt worked at, or that he formerly worked at. And she mentions that difference between the two of them is Sutton did a whole lot better in her divorce than she did. And she kind of giggles. You think, honey, Sutton secured a bag. And that's another indication of what I'm talking about, y'all. I think Gina, she doesn't live like some of the other housewives. And I'm not mad at that because Orange County is fabulous. And that zip code, it's expensive to live there. To me, it's refreshing to see a woman that's a working woman that's still amongst the ladies, that gives a different perspective. But it seems to me that Gina wants to be down in a way that, she's not. That's why I don't understand the whole, I'm going to just tear Jen down because you were Jen just a couple seasons back. You feel me? But I digress. Anyway, so then Gina asks Sutton, have Katie met, Gina asked Sutton about how her and Katie met. And, we already found out from the last episode that Katie and her husband are in the golf world as golf correspondents. And Sutton's like, do you know anything about Augusta? Gina does not. Now, remember, Gina's a New Yorker that's found her way into Orange County. So she does not know that Augusta, Georgia is the capital of all things golf. And so it's a big deal there, apparently. It's known for the Masters, the big golf tournament that all the greats go to. And it was Sutton's business partner that said, Katie, Janelli, you need to know her. And so Katie reveals that the first time she met Sutton, they had a miscommunication, and she told her, I think you're a little dim. And Katie was like, dim? What the F are you talking about? And child, after that, they were cool ever since because I sensed that Sutton enjoyed the fact that she stood up for herself. So she was here for it, and ever since then, they've been cool. So then Sutton asked Katie if she had got a chance to meet Heather. And she said, if so, what'd you think? And, you can just kind of see Katie's face like, yeah, I met her. Katie said it was okay. And she said, Sutton was like, hey, I love Heather. Rightfully so, y'all. Heather's that big dog, y'all. Heather, to me, because Sutton's a big dog too. Hey, Sutton got plenty, right? But Sutton's over there at Beverly Hills, and Heather is holding it down at OC. And like I said, it's a possibility that Heather may transition over to Beverly Hills. I can see it already in the works, y'all. That home on the Beverly Hills, the one that she asked Terry if he could see in the mist when she did the little name drop drop of, is that our house over there? Or is that Drake's? Girl, now I told you I love me some Heather Dubrow, but she is just coming with all of that braggadocious energy. Girl, we know you got the bag. You don't have to keep slapping us in the face with it. Okay, so Drake is your neighbor. Cool beans. Sis, we know you got it like that. We know. Chill. At any rate, so Sutton tells Katie she'll make great friends there if she gets cool with Heather. And so basically she was saying that when she first met Heather, which was at Sutton's Christmas party, somebody had told, or Gina had told Heather actually who Katie was. And when Katie came to the party, she said that Heather whips around and literally stares at her for like 5 seconds in her face and then flips her hair and turns around. Doesn't speak. And she was like, I don't know what that was about, but she was like, okay, nonetheless, she's like, I still tried. And then it's revealed that she followed Heather on social media. Heather had posted this cool picture and she liked it because she thought Heather looked pretty. And then she comes back and finds out that Heather has tagged her in it. And they're all confused. Gina and Sutton's like, well, were you in the picture? And she was like, no. Okay, actualizers, help me out here because I didn't get it. Is that like a faux pas thing? Is that like a diss? I mean, I didn't get it. They were saying, nah, it was probably her social media girl that got it wrong, saw you, maybe did some research, whatever, and accidentally tagged you. I don't know because I didn't know. What's the etiquette on that, y'all? Put it in the comments. I mean, is tagging someone in your photo a diss? Because if it is, I didn't know that. But apparently, honey, it has rubbed Katie the wrong way. And so Sutton kind of gives her a little nice warning. Listen, baby girl, I see where you're going with this, but let me caution you. Please don't go for Heather Dubrow. That is not what you want. And Katie's like, look, it was fine and everything, but the first time she even acknowledged my presence was at her party. And Sutton just is still like, I get what you're putting down, sis, but she tells her, don't be like that pig that goes in the kitchen because that pig is going to become bacon. So if you go in there with Heather Dubrow, she going to chop you up and cook you up and serve you out, honey. You're going to become bacon. So listen, I'm kind of with Sutton because Heather she's no flunky when it comes to holding her own. And if she don't like you and she dismisses you, child, ask Shannon about it. Ask Tamara about it. It can get brutal. Miss Mama holds her own. That's why I love Heather Dubrow. Because as rich as she is, as fancy as she is, as classy as she is, child, she does not back down from a debate, from a verbal assassination. And Katie, the poll that we put out, y'all, all of you guys, thank you for voting. So the results are 50-50. So it's a wash, guys. Some of you think that if they go at it, Heather's going to come up on top. And some think that Katie can hold it down. Listen, my predictions are that yes, Katie can hold her own. And we find out as she talks to Gina and Emily and Tamara, she talks to Tamara, that she has proof that Heather staged when she was in Disneyland, the whole paparazzi thing. And that's going to come out later. But y'all, listen, I'm here for it. Now, Katie's not scared, honey. She's not scared. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know that she's ready for Miss Heather. So it could go real good for her because if she can hold her own, look, she solidified herself. And I already told you, I am not getting one and done vibes from Miss Katie. Katie is coming back. I just hope, y'all, that it comes off and it does what it needs to do for her. Because if it's not giving and Heather assassinates her, Miss Ma'am could slide in the one and done category. But we are going to just have to wait and see. And then we do the little thing with Emily and Shane. And like I said, Emily's getting on my nerves. But I thought that clip was important because she's basically, there's two things. Shane is concerned about Emily because Emily has become obsessive about her body. You know, we know she's lost the 40 pounds. We know that she's working out. She's looking good. But Emily has a lot of insecurities. And it's hard to be, like I say, around a lot of women that are size 0s and 1s, that are teeny weeny little things. And you're an average size woman. And he's worried about her obsessiveness. Like, even if she misses one workout, you know, it's like, it's given obsessed. And on the flip side of that, she's worried about Shane's health and the fact that he doesn't have a good diet. She talks about his big gulp that makes it around the house. And I thought that was cute. Y'all don't get me wrong. Emily can be really funny. She can. She's got some dry wit that can be funny. But I think that she's using it for evil on this season so far, you know. But I want to still like Emily. She is giving Mean Girl. But in this scene with her husband, talking about, you know, his health, talking about how they need to find a happy medium. And I agree. Somewhere between Emily's over-the-top health consciousness and the fact that she obsessively works out to the point that that can be unhealthy too, to him just kind of like eating whatever junk and not taking care of himself and not paying attention to the signs, you know, the chest pains, and to the point that he was doubled over and never even went to the doctor to follow up on that, y'all. That's a big no-no. So I appreciated that scene for all of us. You know, you pay attention to your body when it's telling you that you need to stop, you know, living an unhealthy life, or you need to go, you know, to a doctor and make sure everything is okay, because some of the signs your body is giving you is saying that there could be something wrong. Take it serious. But now, guys, the episode closes pretty much with Travis packing and Gina kind of overseeing and saying that, you know, she's conflicted. She doesn't know if it's the right thing for her to do. You can see the hurt all over Travis, y'all. He's a good one. Like I said, y'all, he is a good man. He's very much hurt, but she tells him that she just needs space from him and his ex's drama, even though, like I mentioned, there was tons of drama with Gina and Matt, even so much so that there was a domestic abuse allegation on Gina's part against Matt. There was a lot going on. It was dark for her, and he was right there by her side. Now, granted, it's been going on for a while, and even Heather has stated, and Emily understands, that it's something that has been weighing them down as a couple. So I'm not suggesting that Gina is wrong for wanting, you know, to taper down the drama and to move on and focus on her career, her children, and the things that she's doing for herself. Because if that's where she's at in her space, then she should do so. What I'm saying, y'all, is it seems like she's kind of bailing on Travis in his dark time when he didn't do that to her. Y'all put in the comments, what did y'all think? He's graciously packing up and leaving, and, you know, he's maintaining that he's going to see how it goes, that they're not breaking up. He clearly is not in agreement that it needs to go this far, but he's on board to give Gina what she wants, and, you know, he's still there for her. He still loves her. And so, y'all, we'll see. That's how the episode ended. You know, she just basically states that she feels like this is what she needs to do, and because she feels like if she doesn't do it and they stay in the same home and they stay like in a status quo scenario, that it's not going to work and they're going to end up breaking up. She's going to be heartbroken. So, you know, that's how the episode ended. It was a good episode. It gave a lot more insight to me on Jen and kind of like her headspace, the things that she's going through. So then it gave more credence to the fact that Gina, being the mean girl, particularly her of all people, like Jen had stated before, would think that she would understand what Jen is going through. But then again, like I said, from Gina's perspective, this is how she's taking care of her children, and she felt like Jen's antics took food out of her kid's mouth. So y'all put in the comments, what did you think? Are you still Team Jen? Are you Team Gina? How did you feel about her sticking to her guns and making Travis leave, and her going on her own with her children, getting her a bigger house for her and hers, and her, you know, able to do some of the things she's wanted to do for a few years now that she just can't afford to do for all, so she's doing for hers. Is it selfish? Is she right? Y'all put it in the comments. So guys, that's our Bravo Monday. Remember, you will not want to miss Wednesday night. Please come back over on Wednesday and check out the interview with Cynthia Decker. And Friday, we're going to do a Say So Sherry event. That's where I'm going to be talking about all of these things that are going on right now in the world. You're going to get my opinions. That's what they are. For whatever they're worth, I'm going to be back here talking to you guys about some of the things that are on my heart. And I just thank you guys so much for all your support. As always, guys, have a lovely day. And don't forget again, Wednesday night at 7. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up on this video, guys. That's a free way to support the channel. And share, and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first one to know when I drop that good content, just like Wednesday at 7. So thanks, guys. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.